All right, gang, welcome back to a brand new challenge that we're going to call the Frugal Millionaire. Now, this is a challenge created by Krasek once again, just like the 200 horsepower challenge. There are a number of us doing it. I think I'm the fourth one that I know of that's doing this challenge. Apologize for a second there, gang. I was messing with my microphone. I think I'm the only one that's doing it on console. So there's going to be a little bit of a modification I think I'm going to have to do in comparison to everybody else, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So this is basically taking over for our Gator challenge. You can see we have a Gator here. And the goal here is that we're starting with $0 on hard difficulty, and we have to get to $1 million in the bank. We have a loan that we have to pay off. We're not allowed to take any other loans out. It's $250,000. So it's very similar to how our Gator challenge started. Very, very similar. The difference here is that you're not allowed to sell the Gator, but you can utilize other implements. And we'll kind of get into that a little bit further. So the map itself is, I'm going to call it as Northern Farm Sim has called it. I'm going to call it Maz. I'm not going to be able to say the word. I'll put a text up right now of what the actual word of the map is. I will not be able to say that right. I will butcher it. So it's going to be Maz. It's going to be Maz from now on, or Mazo, or however you want to say it. We're going to call it that from now on just to make it easier on myself. As far as the map itself goes, it is a large, large map. You can see there are tons and tons of fields. Most of them are very small size fields. We currently start here on field or plot 234. It's mostly trees, but it does have a small field, a small skinny strip of crop here. It is soybeans. It is ready to harvest. Not the perfect harvest by any means, but it is ready to harvest nonetheless. And we have all these trees that we can utilize to sell. The problem here is that we're on hard difficulty. We have no trailer whatsoever. We have no chainsaw, no axe, nothing. We don't start with anything but this Gator and this tent and this field. That's all we got. Now, there are collectibles on the map. We are allowed to look at, or to look. We're allowed to pick up one collectible per day. So the way that this is set up, let me give you some more details here. As you can see, hard difficulty. I'm leaving traffic on. Krasek does not have it on. If it becomes an issue, I will turn the traffic off, but we're going to leave it on. It's seasonal growth, so we're only allowed to plant stuff at certain times. We're only allowed to harvest at certain times. If we don't harvest it enough time, it will wither. So we've got to be very cautious of that. Days per month, 2. So if it does rain one day of the month, we have at least another day we could try to harvest, which is going to help us out a lot. Snow's on, crop destruction's on, periodic plowing is on, no fieldstone or lime, weeds are also on. Everything else is as you would expect and how we normally do our challenge, right? No refill of the workers, anything like that. We're not supposed to be utilizing super strength as if we can help it, so we're not going to do that. And I think the only other thing I can tell you is that we are allowed to do contracts, which is going to be a great way for us to make some money since we have 0 at current. And we are allowed to do leasing. Now, here's where I said there's going to have to be some kind of modification for this series, right? Everybody else that I think that's doing this challenge, at least at the time of this recording, are all on PC. They have the option and the access to lease to own. We, on console, do not have that ability. So I'm going to have to figure something out for that. Maybe it's that we're only allowed to lease one thing at a time. We've got to return something else, or we're going to lease something else. Maybe it's that. I don't know, but we're not. We don't have the ability to lease to own, so we're at a disadvantage there as well. So we'll have to go through it as we carry on here and see how it goes. But you can see there's not. I mean, there's a lot of empty space in here, so it's not. There's a lot of trees, but there's not as many as you would think because there's a lot of empty space in here. But it is a lot of land, so we can eventually, create more fields or whatever we want to do in here. This is our crop field. You can see it's very, 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 very skinny. I mean, very skinny. So it's not going to yield a whole lot, especially since we're on hard difficulty. But at least it is something, and it's something we can make, but we have to figure out a way to get a harvester. We're probably going to have to lease the harvester. There's no way we're going to be able to afford a harvester anytime soon. There is a collectible right here. I'm just going to go ahead and pick it up because that's going to give us our first $1,000. We're not allowed to get another collectible now, like I mentioned, until the next day, regardless if it's the next month or if it's October day 2, whatever it is. So we'll have to just play it by ear, but at least we have $1,000 to start with. So I think the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at some contracts and see if there's anything out there for us that we can utilize. Now, the problem is if we do fertilizing right now, we don't have enough to even buy fertilizer unless, and I really haven't looked, unless there's a spot on the map. There's a lime there. There's like a station for fertilizer. I don't know if there is or not, but we'll look around here and see if we see anything. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. There is not. Not that I'm seeing, at least. Maybe you see it. If you do, let me know down below in the comments, but I don't see it. So, considering that, we're not going to be able to do fertilizing right off the bat because we can't even buy a full thing of fertilizer yet. We can as we get some more money, certainly, but we can't do that up front. So, it's probably going to have to be harvesting or plowing, I guess, we could do as well. There's a lot of contracts out here, honestly. This one's huge. 5,521. Whew. I really don't like plowing that much. I like it better than rolling, but I really don't like it. So I think we're going to go to the harvesting. I think. Well, this is potatoes. I don't want to do potatoes right now. It takes a long time to do potatoes, so I don't really want to do that. The next biggest one we have looks like oat 1751. Yeah, let's do this one. Yeah, we'll do this one for $1,751. We will have to borrow the items, so it'll be $373 less, but that's okay. We'll still have about $1,400 we're going to make off of this, plus a little extra, because we're going to get a little extra of that crop, right? So let's borrow items, and we are on our way here. Let's jump into the Dultzfar Topliner. Is this the wrong way? It is facing the wrong way, isn't it? Dang. Alright, well. We will likely be utilizing a lot of workers in this series, I think, eventually at some point. Maybe not early on, but eventually. That's going to be utilized a lot. Like a lot. Because this is going to take a long time to get to $1 million. Now, you might be asking, well, Z, why are you doing another 0 to X dollar amount? Well, we had the Gator Challenge, and we had completed everything that we needed to do in that series, really. We could just keep going, right? But there was no extra point to really keep going there. Back this up a little more. So because of that reason, right, we went ahead and closed out the Gator Challenge. And this is basically like a hybrid version of the Gator Challenge. So, in my eyes, it just made sense for us to jump into this challenge, since it does involve a gator. Hybrid, as I mentioned, but it does regardless. And it's just kind of something for us to, as Krasek correctly said, right off into the sunset with the last Gator Challenge into this one. So that's what we did. So, where are we going? I don't even know where we're going. I'm loading everything up, but I don't even know exactly where I'm going here. How far away do we have to go? So, we're here. This is where the shop is. Okay, it's all the way down here, so pretty far away. So, I tell you what, I don't think I'm going to put a time-lapse in for this one just yet. Eventually, we will, but probably when we have our own stuff. I think it makes more sense to show you the land with our own stuff versus utilizing someone else's, and this is going to be a slow process to get down there. You can see it's far away, so it's going to take us a while. So I'll see you when we get there. Alright, gang, I got here with all the stuff. I have found a few more collectibles in the process. One of them is, if you watched Krusty's first episode, we're very similar. Well, very similar. We're very close to the field that he harvested. I believe we're 1 down, maybe 2 down from where he harvested his contract in this first episode that he did. It might have been the second episode. One of those two. One of the 2 episodes for him. Regardless, we're close to one of those fields that he did harvest on a contract. And so I knew where that one was, but I did find another one on the way up here. Now, I didn't show it to you, and I kind of mentioned I didn't show you the drive up here either. I want to do that, you know, with you in the Gator or in a tractor or whatever it is that we have at the time. I want to do that not in something that we're only renting for a short, brief period of time to do a contract with. So this is a very small field, actually. I thought we were going much further down there, but we're not. So it won't take us long. I would like to talk about a few more finite details of the series here with you, just for a minute, and then we'll see where we're at. Maybe we'll throw a mini time lapse in, maybe not. But this series itself, I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know how long we will do it for. We will certainly do it until we meet our objective. I have a feeling this is going to take a while, very similar to my Ohio Richlands Broke to Billionaire challenge. I believe this is going to take us a long time, especially since we're on hard difficulty, right? I can turn the beacon off. We don't need the beacon on anymore. So my goal for this is really just to accomplish this, right? Pay off the loan, have a bunch of land, and then when we get to a point where it's feeling a little repetitive and we're, well, repetitive is, I guess, is a loose term there, right? Farming Simulator is repetitive, but maybe you get what I mean, maybe you don't. But whenever we get to a point where we feel like we've accomplished enough and that we're ready to move on to a next map, that's what we will do. I don't anticipate, well, I guess I shouldn't say that. I was going to say I don't anticipate this going as long as my 200 horsepower challenge will be going, but maybe it will. Who knows? I guess it just depends on how long it takes us to make money and be able to pay off the loan. But we're never allowed to sell the Gator. We have to keep the Gator at all times. So in my eyes, in my vision at least, for this challenge, I'm going to try to utilize as many of the Gator implements as I possibly can, especially considering most of these fields are smaller anyway. So very similar to our Gator challenge we just completed, right? Utilize the spreader, the sprayer, all that stuff. Try to utilize that as much as we can, because we can do that with the Gator, and the Gator's pretty quick, right? Now, I do need to get a tractor. I mentioned that already, because I want to, well, I don't really want to, but we have to do some wood stuff, right? And I think I've mentioned, actually I know I've mentioned, in my 200 horsepower challenge that I wanted to do some coal, charcoal to be exact. And I was going to do that in the 200 horsepower challenge coming up. I think I'm going to shift that. I think since we have so many trees, and that's really the only thing that we have a plethora of is trees, we may put the coal production on this series and then do one of my other ideas on the 200 horsepower challenge series. But you never know. We'll see how things go. Maybe we do it on both, even though that's repetitive. Maybe we do it on both. We'll just see. Charcoal is my favorite thing. I'm kind of going off tangent here, but charcoal, I love charcoal for grilling any kind of food, meats and everything else. So that's really the reason why I have such a desire to do charcoal. It is not the cheapest placement, which is why I'm saying maybe, or at least I'm going to attempt to try to do it in this series, but it's going to cost a lot of money. And that's something we do not have a plethora of right now at all. In fact, we have $1,000. We're going to get a little bit out of this contract, but it's not going to be a bunch. It'd probably be $3,000 or $4,000. Enough for us to hopefully get an axe or saw or chainsaw, and hopefully a very, very tiny, cheap trailer. Going to have to do a little research into that. I want to try to be as smart as we possibly can with it. I mean, if we could get a tractor today with some forks, I mean, that would be ideal, because then we could actually sell larger pieces of wood, logs, and make more money, because when you cut them up shorter, you don't make as much money. But I don't know if we'll be able to. I mean, we're going to have to get a very, very small tractor to do that. And I think, well, I guess I shouldn't say that for sure, but I think one of the cheapest tractors you can get is around $3,000 or $4,000, and I don't think it has forks on it. Maybe I don't have the correct one downloaded. Maybe I need to go do some more research in ModHub, or perhaps it's just not something I have access to on console. But we're gonna have to find some kind of tractor for the log operation. Let's get this done, gang. It shouldn't take long. There's not much left here. We'll see what kind of money we get out of this. I'm hoping if we can make, well, let's see, the contract itself, when we turn that in, we're going to make $1,751. If we can make $2,000 total, plus the little extra bonus they give us, right, for selling it, if we can make that, I'll be happy. We'll have $3,000. I'll be happy. Alright, gang, we're pretty much done except for, well, what we're finishing on this pass here, and there's that little tiny section up there that I missed. We'll clean that up real quick. Won't take us too long. Then we got to look and see where we're supposed to be delivering this oat to. I have no idea. The grain mill. So let's find the grain mill. Wherever that is. How far away are we going? Of course, on the other opposite side of the map. So we're going to have a drive to get up there. Really far drive. Go find our green bat signal. I think this is going to be a very fun challenge, though. I hope you guys are excited for it. It's probably going to be the most difficult challenge we've done to date. Hard difficulty is, it's no joke, man. It's no joke. But I like this map, though. I think it's in Poland. I think it's where it's supposed to be. Somewhere in Poland. I think. Alright, we can turn that off. We can head our way to the green beacon there, gang. I'll drive for a little bit before we jump cut to the sell point, just so you can see a little bit of the map, even though I said I would prefer to do most of that with you and something we own, and I still do hope that. There's the collectible that Krasek found in his first or second episode, whatever it was. So there's one of the ones I was talking about. Just hitting first person for a second just because those trees were going to be in the way. All the fields seem to be similar to like Little Lands and other smaller maps where, even though this map is massive, it's truly gigantic, but all the fields seem to be on the smaller range. Which is a good thing because we have all those trees, yes, certainly, but I don't really... Whoa, this thing's heavy. But I certainly do not want to be a lumberjack or a logger or a tree farmer or anything like that. I want to be an actual... I want to farm crop, right? So we'll do it when we have to, especially here, probably the first episode and probably even the second episode, we're probably going to have to, just out of necessity for the money. The other one I found is right there, so it seems like there's one in every single one of those little, like, bus stop things. Well, I guess I don't know that for sure, but it just seems like it, because we found one right by our farm in one of those already. But our farm is just over. There's a little bit of a roller coaster hill here. Up this hill, down, up the next hill, and that's kind of where our farm is, so I'll get this over to the selling point. It's going to take a while. As you can see, it's super heavy, and the tractor they gave us is not the strongest, so one of the smaller Massey Fergusons, but regardless, let's get up there, get this sold, and we'll see how much money we make. Hopefully it's $2,000 total, counting the contract. There was not one in there, so I stand corrected. There was not one in that one. But our field is right here to the left. There's our field right there. So that's all our land there to the left. We'll see you at the shop. Alright, we're pulling up here, gang. It was a long, long drive over here. Very slow process. Alright, I don't know where I need to drop it at exactly. Just hoping it's this way. It is. The trees are in the way there. Apologies, gang. Alright, let's see what we get here. What kind of extra money we're going to get out of this. A couple $100 probably. Oh, wow. Way more than I expected. So 1,114 out of that. Totally worth it. So we can go ahead and turn it in now. Perfect. We're up to $3,492. Now, we need a trailer because we need to sell some wood, right? I don't know what we can get. I might have to go out to the mod hub and find something else. Like this one would be nice, but I don't think it has any straps, so putting wood in there is going to be a problem. We could get this one, but well, we can't get that one. Excuse me, it's $6,000. I thought I looked at it wrong. I mean, we could always go this path. Well, no, we can't. 3,492. We're just short. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to get. Let me take a look around in here. Let me see if I can figure out what we're going to get, gang. Hopefully I find something. Alright, gang, so this is what we're going to go with. It's probably the cheapest thing we're going to get. We're not going to lease it. We're going to actually buy it outright. It holds 1.4. It's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And we can also take off the body, and then we can utilize it as a wood trailer. So that's why we're going to go with it, honestly. So we can utilize it as a wood trailer, too. Well, I guess it depends on how big the logs are, right? We're going to have to get something to... We have to get a tractor, first of all. Lease a tractor or something to be able to put logs on there. More than likely. The other idea I had was to not do this at all. And maybe we still will. But if I do one of these, I go to the selling point here. And if I put this down, this shop, I mean, it's big. I'd have to find, room. I'd have to probably remove a tree or two first to be able to do it. But if I was able to find room, we could utilize this. Let me pull it out here so you can actually see what I'm talking about. We could utilize this. It's got a selling point in the back. Now, it might not be as high as the other selling points, but we could basically lease the harvester and then just take the harvester and dump it directly into the back of this without having to get any trailer yet. That's the other option we have. We could also utilize this as our house, right? We could live upstairs and get rid of the tent in episode 1. So I don't know which one is best here to go with, if I'm honest with you. They both sound like a reasonable option. This would be $1,268 to put down. It's going to cost us about the same price, give or take a few, to lease a harvester. So a lot of the guys, as far as the harvesting goes, they have options to a harvester that I don't have. It's a really old harvester. It comes with a header, very small. I don't have that. It's not on a console. It's something they're downloading online. So I'm already at a disadvantage there as well as it is. So we utilize this Massey Ferguson a lot. I think I'm going to utilize this one over here. It's slightly cheaper. Like, and by slightly, I mean $1,000 cheaper. $19,000. That's probably what we will get. This Bison Z040. I guess we could always just take. We could just drive the harvester with whatever's in there and go and sell it too. I would suspect, though, that we're going to get a full load and need some kind of trailer. And I feel like we would buy that trailer, right? We'll buy that one, and we will get rid of it almost immediately. So it would almost be kind of a waste of money. Well, I'll tell you what. No matter what, we gotta lease the harvester anyway, right? Because we need to get that out of the field. If we don't, we've got one more day. But if we don't get it out today or the next day in October, then it's going to start withering and we're going to lose crop. So let's go ahead and get this leased. I think I'm going to do this one. It holds slightly more, 2.3 versus 2. So we're going to do that. Wheel brands, they really don't change anything except for the back wheels. I kind of like the FMTs. We're going to put those on there. It really doesn't matter. These are the same thing to me, so it doesn't make a difference. The chopper. I don't know what cover means. I don't know if that just drops it or what, but I mean, we're just leasing it for this time anyway, so because we don't have the option to lease to own, right? So it doesn't really matter to me. We'll put the cabin on because it doesn't cost us anything. There's 2 options for it. I like this one better, so we're going to go with that one. Really, everything else can pretty much stay as it is. Look at all these red options we have to choose from. Or versions of red. I don't know what color to pick, man. That's like poop brown right there. Let's go with this dark red. That's nice. Cabin, make it black. Absolutely. Yeah, that looks good. Chopper. Wow, you actually have blue. You have the option to make it blue. Except we don't even have the chopper. So what's the difference? Rim color. Yep. That looks good to me. Doesn't cost us any extra to do all that. Let's do it. Lease. $969. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. But we got to do it. And then we need a header. So there's one that's slightly bigger, and then there's the 3.3. I'm not even going to worry about a trailer. We're just going to have to cause some mayhem with the traffic, I guess. This is 229. This one is 331. I mean, as much as I would like to have a larger width, we're saving money by going this route, so we're going to go this route. I don't think it really matters, does it? What's the difference? We'll go with that one, I guess. It's less of an issue. Crop dividers. Whoa. We'll go with those, I guess. You can make it blue. We're just going to try to stick with that same color of red we were utilizing earlier. Or close to it, at least. I don't think it's the exact same color, but it's close enough. Alright, we'll lease that too for $229. Man, it's expensive. Alright. Let's get in this thing. Let's bring it back to the farm here. Show you a little bit of the... Well, if I can actually drive it properly. I'll show you a little bit of the map now, too. This thing's pretty loud, it sounds like. So I'll try to back out a little bit, so hopefully it's not killing your ears and your headphones. But you kind of expect it to be loud. It's an old harvester, right? I suspect it to move extremely slow, too. From what I could tell, the one that they're utilizing online, it moves pretty quickly. What's the fastest way to get back? I guess the same way. We could guess down here and over. I was going to say, I saw this road over here, so maybe we could take this, but it doesn't look like it goes across the water, so yeah, we'll have to go left. Oh, what are we going to call the blue car? We still haven't fully decided yet. It's kind of a race, at least from the names that I offered, of Peacock and Alfred, and then a few other individuals have brought up Myrid, I think, or Byron. No, Byron is a black car, not Byron. Myrid, or Myron. Myron is what it was. Myron. I don't know. The blue car hasn't really been decided. The red car is pretty much solidified as Scarlet, I think, at this point. It's a pretty severe drop-off right there. Pretty severe incline. We didn't need the header at all. Like, we can go past the traffic here, no problem. If we had that other header, we probably would have needed it, but this one goes past it, no problem. This is a cool map, though. I like this map. I really do. I bet there's something... Well, maybe there's not. I was going to say, I bet there's something by that cross. A collectible or something, right? Whenever we're driving past things like that, if we see something like that and we haven't picked up a collectible, we'll always probably stop and check them. But we've already got the one for today, so we cannot pick one up today. We can't pick up another one up today, I should say. This is like a gray car. It's not even white. It's like a gray car. Not one of the standards. Is there one in here? I didn't look. There is one in there. Okay, so we know where 3 are now. Now, as far as episodes go, I'm going to say that I'm allowed to... Per episode, I'm allowed to utilize both days of the month. So an example is if we are on October day 1, like we are now, and we run out of things to do, but we suspect that something's going to have something to do in the next day, or there'll be another contract or something we can do. We can skip to day 2 in the same episode. We just cannot skip to the next month. I don't know. I don't think everybody's doing that. I think other people are kind of just jumping around as they want, but that's what we're going to do. That's going to be a little bit of an added rule that we're putting in to play. Alright, so I don't know what the best way is to get up here, because this is a pretty rapid incline here. So I guess come down here where it's a little bit flatter, and then we can go up, I guess. Hopefully. Let's see what happens here. Uh-oh. I can't even get up the hill. I might have to go all the way around into our trees and go at it from that angle. Let's go down here to the end and try it. Hopefully it'll let us. Hopefully we're able to even harvest this field. If we can't harvest this field, then we're in big trouble. Well, now we've done it. I saw everybody else having this same issue that I've been having with this this area right here. It's not the best. Let's put it that way. All right, I think we've got that pushed out enough that we can probably pick it up now. Perfect. These trees are going to be in the way for a little bit, gang, but I will do the best I can here to get rid of them once we're able to make a little bit more money. Seems, well, at least down here we're able to get through. It's good. It goes pretty quick. I mean, 6 miles per hour is not bad. That's not bad for a harvester, but it's a very small width, so this is going to take us a long time to do here, but the nice thing, I guess, is that we are getting at least 75% yield bonus out of this. It could have been way worse than that. We got lucky with that. So, the only other issue we have is that selling soybeans right now it's not the best time to do so. And in fact, it's one of the worst times, right? So we can make 1,097 per 1,000 liters. The best is on average 2,165. You can see October is almost as low as it can possibly get. So it's not good. Not good at all. But I don't think we really have a choice here. I think we're going to have to sell it. I really don't see any way to not, right, to keep it. Because we'd have to keep it until, if we want to get the best price, we'd have to keep it until midsummer. And that's a long ways away. I'm going to do the best I can here to try to keep the trees out of your way, but bear with me. It's going to be a lot of up and down on the camera angles here to try to get the best view for you. All right, we're almost around the headland here, and we've got 26% in here, so not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, I guess what I should do here, let me put it on cruise control. Where is the grain elevator? How far away do we have to go for this thing? Okay, relatively far. What about the other one? It's not a big decrease, so if this one's closer, I would take that one. They're not, they're like almost the same distance, so it really doesn't matter which one we do here. I guess it's just a matter of, do I want to spend the 800 on that trailer that we know we only would utilize for maybe 1 or 2 episodes before we try to upgrade it to get something better, something bigger and better, right? Does it make sense? I don't know, the more I think about it, I don't know if it does. I think we just waste $800. It might be better off just to, well, maybe it won't be. Because if we can, because we're going to do the, you know, our goal, at least since we can't lease to own, is we're going to lease this and then return it, you know, immediately. We're only allowed at least one thing at a time. The more we hold on to it and use it, the more fees we're going to incur, excuse me, right? At the end of the day, we're going to get more fees for using it for multiple hours and stuff, right? So, maybe we do want that trailer. Because 13 mile an hour is really not ideal. I can put that trailer on the back of the Gator and we can get there a lot quicker because that Gator can go like 50, right? So we can cruise to the sell point. I mean, it's only $100, right? I don't know why I'm so wishy-washy about $100. I guess it's just because I'm afraid, you know, the trees, like, I'm not going to be able to stick a tree on there if I cut it by hand and stick it up there. I'm afraid it's going to fall off. I'm afraid it needs to be the length of that trailer, right? And to do that, I need a front loader. I don't know. I got to think about it some more, I guess. But we're halfway through a full harvester, so let's get this done here as best we can, given the situation we're in. And we'll see how much of the actual field is left when we got a full harvester load. All right, gang, we decided to go with that trailer. Inexpensive, cheap. I have an idea for the logs, at least temporarily. I don't know if it'll work, but I have an idea for it. So because of that, I figured we might as well go ahead and get this because it is the cheapest we can find out there, at least on standard mod hub. That holds a decent amount, and I'm not saying it's a lot because it's not as much as the harvester has, but it's a decent amount, enough to at least let us, you know, fill it up, go sell it, and bring it back, and the harvester still have some room to continue going. And certainly once we get workers being utilized, which we're nowhere near that yet, but when we get to that point, it'll allow them to continue to work the field or fields while we take the product to go sell, right? So yeah, we'll go with it. It's different. It's like a coffin body. I think is what they even called it. I think they even called it. Oh, what are you doing, Byron? What are you doing, buddy? Don't you start. Don't you start that. All right, pulling up here. Byron is still causing me mayhem behind us. We'll have to turn the harvester back on because I turned it off while I was trying to make our decision on what the heck we were going to do. Uh-oh. I was going to say, uh-oh, is it not going to accept it in there, but it is. It just wasn't lined up properly. Alright, 1,430 liters. Again, not the most ideal, but let's go ahead and turn this off. We don't need to be wasting that. Alright, now... which one are we going to here? 1096. The grain elevator, and I believe Yeah, way back there. That's what I thought it was. Whoa, that thing's jumping. Well, I thought about getting the trailer attachment. Oh, Byron again. Dang it, Byron. That might have been my fault that time, though. But we're never going to tell him that. Anyway, I thought about getting the attachment for the John Deere Gator. I think it's called a skip. Whatever it's called. I thought about getting that, but it only holds 0.8. So, and it was way more than this little old school wagon was. So, based off of that, I decided to go with the old school wagon to save ourselves a lot of money. Alright, I'm going to assume it's this way. I really don't know. Just driving around. But you're getting to see some more of the map, which is kind of what I said I wanted to do at the beginning, and you're doing it with things that we actually own. But yeah, very much seems like a massive map with tiny fields, which is really a good thing, because we can buy a lot of these fields probably pretty quickly, I would expect, once we're starting to do some of the logging, right? That should make us some good money. Now you gotta remember, we are playing on hard difficulty, so when I say make us some good money, it's not gonna be like what you're used to seeing. So I think the yeah, there's a look, there is one there. You can see it. There's another collectible in there where that cross was. So I think the biggest issue or the biggest problem that all of us are going to have with this challenge is trying to keep it interesting. The progression is going to be significantly less than you're used to, right? So we as creators have to figure out ways to make it enjoyable for you to watch. I'm going the wrong way. Oh boy, I'm causing mayhem. I'm being a Byron right now. I went completely the wrong way. I was supposed to turn back there. Well, you're going to see more more of the map, and we're going to go around the roundabout the correct way. So yeah, that's going to be the thing, right? It's going to be how much can we prevent it from being extremely repetitive for you? How much can we make it enjoyable to watch? I don't know where I'm supposed to be going here. It says up there, but then there's a dumper there. So it has to be there, right? Gotta be. Oh, let's hope. Let's hope I'm not dumping it where I'm not supposed to. Well, that was a very unique motion to take that that end of that trailer off. Or the coffin body, as they call it. It does kind of look like a coffin body, doesn't it? $1,567. Not bad. Not bad. Ideally, we get some kind of very inexpensive silo as fast as possible. Whoa, what is going on with that thing? Whoa. Did you guys see that? What was that? Ideally, we get something that's very inexpensive that's able to hold our cereal crops for us, so we can try to sell them when it's best. Look, there's two of them here. There's one there, and there's one over there. Huh. Okay. Well, we know where 5 of them are now. Is that right? 5? At least 5. But yeah, if we're able to keep our crop until it's best to sell, that would be ideal. But given the complexity and the difficulty of this challenge, I don't know how much that's actually going to occur. I think we're going to need the money as much as I mean, we're going to need all the money we can get every single time it's ready. Every time we're ready to be able to sell something, or every time we harvest something, we're going to need to go and sell it pretty much immediately, because we're going to need all the money we can get. I guess that's what I was trying to say. I don't know. I don't know exactly the best strategy for that. Whether it's to sell stuff immediately so you can continue to buy stuff and buy different plots of land, or if it's best to wait. If we can wait, we certainly will do it. If we have other things we can do, right, in the interim, we would definitely wait. But at least up front, early stages, we're going to need to sell it immediately, because we need money. We need everything. We don't have anything right now. We don't even have an axe. Alright, so let's come back up here. We'll empty the harvester into here. I don't think it could be, but I don't think it'll be another full load. I think it'll be just short. But I guess we'll find out. I don't know why it takes so long to get it to start emptying in there, but it does. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's going to be just under, but that's fine. Why is it, why am I not able to put the pipe back in now? What is going on here? Oh, it's just really slow. I did do it. It's just really, really slow. I gotta remember that. It's very slow. It's an old machine, Z. Get in your head. It's slow. You're not gonna be able to, go at the normal pace and speed that you're used to here. So I think we're gonna have a lot of trips, more than likely, we're gonna have to make here. There's still a lot of the field left to do. And that trailer, as you saw, it just does not hold that much, so I think we're gonna be doing a lot. And I'm not at a point now where I'm comfortable putting a worker on yet. We need more money. We need a lot more money. We got plans. Wow. As far as the rest of this episode goes, I think we probably won't be able to do a whole lot more besides doing this harvest. The episode's getting pretty long. I might do some jump cuts and get some of the trees done and just show you some selling of that. But we might have to leave most of the tree work to the next episode for you. Tree work is it's not the best thing to do either, as far as creating content for it. That's probably the least favorite thing of everybody, is doing tree work, myself included, right? It's boring. It's not, it's not exciting content, let's put it that way. I just went ahead and dumped some of that in there, so I might as well. So I think what we'll do now, gang, is we'll throw another time lapse in here. We're gonna get the whole thing done. We'll get the field completely filled up. We'll time lapse all the way going and selling the product as well, and we'll see where we end up at. We're probably gonna get, hopefully, like $6,000 or $7,000. Hopefully enough to buy a small tractor. I mean, that's really what we need more than anything, especially for these trees. We really do. What my idea is, you may potentially be able to use it with the Gator, but I'm gonna have to test it. I really don't know for sure if it's going to work. I hope it does, because if it does, we can potentially hold off a little bit longer without having to get a tractor. Maybe another episode or two, where that means we could get a little bit of a bigger tractor, right? As far as leasing goes, we should be able to get a bigger one. I mean, I guess we really could get any, well, not any tractor, but any decent small tractor right now with $3,000. I guess we could do that. We really could do it, no problem at all. But we'd have to remember that, you know, there's going to be fees that are going to come with that, right? We're going to get fees for the use, for the day, all that stuff. So we've got to be able to afford that. Especially if we're going to plan on potentially, you know, keeping it for a while, which maybe we will, maybe we won't. But the big problem here with my idea is if it doesn't work with the Gator, then we're going to have a big problem, because I don't know, I mean, I don't know. I'm going to guess I'm going to talk with the guys and see what they think, but I don't know. I mean, if I lease a tractor, does leasing a front loader and a, you know, a fork and all that stuff, does that count as multiple things being leased, or is that still the same things? It's all in the same tractor. I would think it's multiple things. It's separate, right? So I'd have to buy the front loader and the fork. I don't know. I guess that's a decision that needs to be made and discussed a little bit more. Let's get it done.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of with everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and not the...
Alright, this is the last load here. Pretty good. We're going to make about $6,000 total. Was what we're going to have. I mean, end up with, I should say. Not make. 5,933. Not too bad. From, you know, what I would consider just to be free money, right? Because it was already planted. We didn't have to spend any of our money on that. So just under $6,000, not bad. There are some tractors we could get for that price. I don't think I'm going to get a tractor yet unless I absolutely have to. I think we're going to try to approach this kind of how we did our Gator Challenge. This is like a Gator Challenge Season 2, but like the first Gator Challenge that I did. Try to utilize the Gator for as many things as we can because it's already a piece of equipment we own, which means less money we have to spend. Eventually we will get to a tractor, don't you worry, we will get one eventually, but I think initially the first few episodes, if at all possible, we should attempt to not utilize a tractor. Just from a money saving perspective, it makes sense in my eyes. Now I don't know if what I'm going to utilize is going to work, so we're going to take a little pit stop here. We're going to head towards the shop. I'm going to attempt to see if it will hook up and work or not. It may not. I'm hoping that it will work with the Gator, but I mean, you never know. I mean, I think our Gator is it 60 horsepower, 50 horsepower? 68 horsepower. So it may work, may not. We kind of have to do a little research on it, I guess. Alright, gang, so this is my idea. We're going to utilize a winch. I think it should work. It's only $382 to lease it. Base cost $150 per work day, $75 per work hour, $157. It's not bad. We probably will keep it for a while, so long as this works. Now, you might be asking, well, you're going to lease it. Well, how are you going to get the tree logs to the selling point? I'm just going to pull them on the ground and hope that we can get through it without causing too much issues with traffic. It may mean we can only carry one or two at a time, but if we can carry a full tree, that's going to make us a lot more money. So we'll find out. Let's go take it back here. Let's see if this actually is going to work or not. Who knows? We also need to buy an axe. Whoa! Easy there, Z. What kind of driving that was, but that was not good. Haven't even had a beer yet today. Holy cow. All right, let's see if we can get this to work here. Let's buy, first of all, let's buy a saw. Or, well, I say saw, let's buy an axe. It's only $50, that's why we're gonna buy the axe. Takes slightly longer, but not really. It's pretty much the same speed as a chainsaw, so you might as well save ourselves some money, right? We're gonna try to get this real low to the ground here. We want all the money we can get out of this. We're going to have to rent a stump grinder as well at some point and get rid of all these stumps. Let's take out that guy, and then I'm going to take out... Let's do this small guy here, I guess. Might be able to pick this one up by hand. Now, these guys kind of annoy me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get rid of them or not. Looks like I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to have to figure out some other way, like a mulcher or something to get rid of those. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's move this over here. Now, I'm not going to do a whole lot of this on camera. We're going to do a few of these real quick here. And then the rest of those I probably will I'll do them off camera. Tree work is not the best. When we start the next episode, hopefully I have a lot of this already taken care of where, you know, it's just taking them to the sell point for the most part. Because watching this in a time lapse is not great either. We'll drop it down here. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, it looks like it can pull 2, no problem. Do I dare try 3? I don't know if I do. 3 might be a problem. But we're going to try it. We're going to give it a shot anyway. So my idea here, well, I should kind of show you why I'm going over here. Ideally, we get rid of these here, and we can expand this field towards the end of our yard there. I don't really see any other point on this side. Back there, straight ahead from where we're looking, way back there, we'll certainly, you know, utilize that for some of our field or our yard, right? But over here, there's no reason not to extend this out, so we'll try to get rid of these first, so we can make the field longer when we do drill it in the next episode, or whatever episode it may be. Hopefully the next one. Ideally, we need to drill it in the next one. We gotta have to see what we can actually even put in. I don't even know what it'll allow us to put in. So let's attempt 3 here. It might be too much for this gator to hope to pull, but let's attempt it. And it's only going 9 right now, so not doing very well as it is before adding another one on here. Okay, I think for now that's going to work. Let's see. Let's go ahead and turn this off first. Get that out of your face. Where's our location to send trees at? Or sell trees at, excuse me, not send trees. Wood. So we've got a couple of locations. 1013. Carpentry. Oh, that's actually not far. That's not far away. That's really good. Well, it is far away. I shouldn't say that. I said it's not far away. It's all the way by the shop. It's pretty far. That's pretty far. We don't have an easy way to get over there. We have to go all the same way we did, which causes all that traffic. Which might be the reason why Crest2 removed traffic from his playthrough, right? Well, that traffic is going to cause some mayhem. And we're not going very fast here, and they're going to get... These trees are going to get stuck with the traffic. I can already see it happening. And we are not going very fast. Can I get that winch to come in further? No, I can't. I thought maybe I could pull the winch in closer and get them up higher off the ground. Might help, but I think it's already as high as it's going to go. Let's see how bad this is, gang. This might this might turn into a disaster. It's not even might. It's going to turn into a disaster. I can already tell you that. It's going to be. Oh boy. Oh boy, get ready. drive into the neighbor's crop a little bit here. I'm hoping we don't have to do this very long. And we can put it down some kind of placeable, right? Some kind of forestry placeable that'll turn it into pallets or something like that, right? That's going to be much better for us if we can do that. Hopefully this is the only three we have to pull this way. We'll certainly continue to utilize this winch if we can do so. But if we can get a placeable for wood, it's going to be great. Planks, or turn it into planks, or turn it into something. We might not even get this here. We're already having issues. The tree, the Byron's in the way. That dang Byron. Well, let's try to get there. Gang, that might have been the worst idea I've ever had. I mean, we made it, but man, it took forever. You can see the time, how much time it took us to get here. That it was eternity. Oh my goodness. Detach from tree. Perfect. Where's my sell point at? Here it is. All that for $926? Oof. Oof. Oh boy. Well, maybe this idea wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. I don't want to turn the traffic off. That's what I want off. Oh boy. Well, I'll tell you what, let's get back to the farm, and I will see how many more of these hellacious trips I have to make just to get some kind of woodworking placed on the ground. Alright gang, we're back. I decided just to put down a sell point for now. We could not afford any kind of forestry stuff that I want to do, but we have a sell point now. We don't have to take it as far this way, and we can make some money at a faster clip and not have to deal with all that traffic issue we've been dealing with. So we are going to do it from that way for at least for a little while until we're able to put down some kind of placeable like I want to do for production for wood. Regardless if it's just the basic one or if we do kind of what I said I wanted to do, right? Some charcoal. That would be ideal. I would love to do some charcoal, but hopefully, I mean it should, but hopefully this works. We're going to find out real soon. I'm going to chop down this tree right here too. This big one. This is a bigger tree here, this spruce tree, so it should make us more money. Be a lot heavier. Basically, my idea is we're going to get rid of all the trees for the most part. Maybe we'll keep a couple, because I do like trees. I like some shade. But most of the flat area that we're kind of in right now, we'll try to get rid of most of the trees there, because we're going to be utilizing that as our yard, right? So, and we can always move stuff around. Eventually, we'll get rid of that sell everything sell point there. We're just going to do that for now to help speed up our process here of getting rid of these trees. And like I said, I don't want to sit here and just do a bunch of lumberjacking stuff for you on a cutscene or in just in general, because it's probably everybody's least favorite thing to watch. Alright, so we're going to back this up a little bit more. We're going to winch this up, and then we'll pull it forward and connect to the other one. So I was afraid that we weren't going to be able to winch that one. That should work. Should. Tree's too heavy. Well, there you go. Now I'm not going to be able to pull the whole tree because it's too big. Well, let's chop it down then, huh? There we go. It's probably going to be a lot of work for this gator. This gator's probably going to take a lot of damage here, but it's okay. I think it's worth it. So once we get this sold here, we'll probably honestly just call the episode there. I'll do a lot of this off camera. Just wanted to show you what I was going to be doing. I mean, we'll still have trees to do. Don't get me wrong for the next episode, but we're going to try to get most of it done here. 4,836. That's more like it. See, we can almost get what we want right now as it is. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let's cut down a few more. Let's cut down a few more, and then we can probably put down what I want, and that'll be a good way to end in the episode instead of how we're going to now. We'll be able to actually put down a placeable that's going to make us some more money. Well, maybe. That's if we get in 4,000 from every single tree, right? Which we're not going to. The spruce trees are going to be the only ones that give us a bunch of money. I guess I could turn the flashlight on for you so you can see a little bit better, but not that you really want to see me chopping down trees. It's not the most exciting work. We can get rid of this guy too. I want to keep a couple of the big spruce trees. I like big spruce trees. Definitely give us some shade too. Much needed shade. This first episode may be a little bit longer than we're used to, than you normally would be used to, I guess I should say. And that's alright. You know, we gotta get our foothold in. Not allowed to cut the tree. Okay. You can cut this guy too. We're gonna definitely need a mulcher though. We're gonna have to have one to get rid of all these stumps and to get rid of some of those trees that would not allow us to cut or paint over. Alright, perfect. Look at that. Got some open air in here now, some space. It's like a completely different area now. Okay, that tree is kind of on this one. Here we go. So we're going to need to move that before we're able to winch it. We could always plant more trees too, right? We've always got that option to plant more trees. Looks like there's a little bit of a egress right there where we can... Maybe we could put some water in there, right? Make a little lake for ourselves. Make it easy. Because we're going to probably have to do productions that we've done already many times before, right? Greenhouses, things that are going to constantly be making us money as long as we keep putting water into it, right? That we're going to have to get those. Another 4,874. Fantastic. Let's get these last two trees here. Should get us to 20-ish grand. I think what we need is around 20-ish grand. Let me just show you what I'm talking about here. I've been talking about it a lot, but I haven't showed it to you. I talked about it in my 200 horsepower series. I've talked about it here earlier in this episode. Where is it at? Where is it at? Did I piss it? I might have passed it. I passed it. Should be somewhere in this vicinity right here. There it is. So it's 45 grand. We're really far off that, but ideally that's what we get, right? 45 grand is a lot. That means probably getting rid of almost all the trees here. But if we keep buying the land around us, I think that's going to be worth it, right? Because you've got a lot of, tree land around us. Like if we get this one, or we get even this one here, or these across the street. I mean, there's a lot of them that have trees involved that we can utilize, right? So that's kind of my idea, my initial idea. But this first part here really is just... because no matter what we do, we're going to have some kind of selling point on our land here to be able to sell those charcoal bricks, right? We're not going to be able to sell those anywhere else. They're not going to have that on the map more than likely. And I guess they could, but the odds are low. That's what I'm trying to get at. Too heavy. Okay. It is too heavy. Whatever. I don't know how it is. Must be because of this tree, right? It's got to be because of that tree. It can only hold so much in that tree. Probably going the wrong way here, but we're going to go this way anyway. But this is proof that you can do it. You can winch with the Gator. And save yourself a ton of money. Because we have yet to buy a tractor still. Come on. Come on, Gator. Keep spinning your wheels, brother. Let's go. We need to get this more of this tree in here. I don't necessarily know. I know some implements or some sell points depend on how much is actually in there for how much you get, money-wise. But I don't know if that's the way that this one works or not. I don't know if it has to be just a slight amount or if it has to be a good portion of it for you to get the total sell amount that you want. Alright, 3,410. Alright, gang. With that, we will leave the episode there. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like, subscribe if you're new. It's free. It helps me a ton. Subscribe to my other channels. Links are down below in the description. Check the Discord out. All that good stuff. And I hope you're ready for this series, man. This series is going to be fun. It's going to be another long one, but it's going to be fun. And we're already on a good path here, I think, to succeeding. So, with that, we'll leave it there. And until next time, I'll see each and every single one of you in the next episode.